Hello everyone, Nether Tray here, and welcome to episode 15 of Nether Tray's Let's Play Modded Minecraft version 1.21. Today I want to work on a bunch of little projects. Basically, I want to get some AE systems going that we don't have going. I want to work on upgrading some of our Powah systems, and then ultimately I want to get to the point where we're looking at finally getting some netherite seeds crafted. But to start this off, I want to get rid of this system. So in order to make charged Certus, there's a specific way that I want to do that. So the reaction chamber with a little bit of water and 64 Certus quartz will make 64 charged Certus. That's how I want to do this. So let's go ahead and make this reaction chamber, which should be pretty easy. If we make one of these vibration chambers, we're going to need this energy guy. We're going to need some more quartz glass because we accidentally wasted it last episode. This guy, and we need one of these. And then we should be, we need a furnace. And then we should be able to make this guy. And then that should allow us to make this. So along with this guy, we're also going to want a pattern provider because he's going to be able to make a bunch of cool stuff for us. Do I want to make the extended one for this guy? I might as well, because I don't know how many recipes we're going to need. That requires a concurrent processor, which we did not teach our system how to make yet. So let's go ahead and do that. In order to do that, we're going to need those entro crystals. We're going to have to know how to make a block of entro crystal, right? Is it just 2x2 for this guy? Yep. And then that can be used to make the entro, or what are they called? It's not the processors, it's called the circuits. So printed engineering, where's the printed concurrent circuit? We're going to do that in our circuit slicer. So now if we go over here, we can put this guy in the crafting terminal, which we can just put him right here. And then the circuit goes actually up here with these guys. And then we're going to want to make the concurrent processors. We're going to do that in the crystal assembler. And then that goes here. We should have done the big the processing pattern guy, but that's okay. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to stick this guy probably over here. We still need our pattern provider. That's why we did that whole thing. Extended pattern provider. That should be good to go now. Cool, so that's happy. We're gonna put this guy, I guess, right here. Still can't jump out of there. Let's see. So then we want our reaction chamber here. And then in order to make charged Certus, we're gonna want the reaction chamber. It's gonna take a little bit of water. And then we should be able to just put that guy in here. So now, if we want charged Certus, if we tell it we want 1, it's going to give us 64 because that's all it knows how to do. So 175 should run us out of power. Wow, that uses a lot of power apparently. So in order to fix that problem, I think we're going to need a power cell connected to this guy. Yeah, so let's... Is this going to be able to finish crafting? It's going to struggle. I'm going to let this struggle through this. And then we're going to make a energy cell. So we're going to want the dense energy cell, which means we're going to need 8 of these. But we're still struggling on power. Is this done? We also didn't tell this that it needs to auto export to this guy. So that should fix that problem. Then let's go ahead and teach the system how to make these energy cells. and then a dense energy cell. Put that all in here with our applied energistic stuff. And then if we make a dense energy cell, can we do that? We need fluix dust. So we need quartz dust and fluix dust. The fluix dust is also the fluix crystal, actually, is gonna be something that we're gonna teach this guy how to make. So he's a reaction chamber recipe as well. So let's go like that and put him in here. Is this guy done yet? Okay, so he did finish up there. Let's take a stack of fluix and make some dust, since we're going to be able to make tons of it now pretty soon. Take all of this stuff out. Take those, and we're going to go back to our system here. Throw all these guys in here, and then we're going to go back to making our dense energy cell. Are we happy now? Yep. You know what we probably need to do? Let's take this guy. We'll take this guy. We'll take this guy. We're going to put our energy cell here, and then we're going to put our energy acceptor here, and that's going to make it happy. So this all says it has power. This does not say it has power, but it obviously does. Maybe that's a bug. So let's see what happens now. Oh, he is filling up now. So maybe it was just distributing the power amongst everything in our system here. It doesn't show it very accurately, so yeah. It does appear to be working. What happens now if we go ahead and say we want charged Certus, and let's just make a stack of that. Are you going to be mad again? It looks like it's happy now. It did drain completely. Yeah, so it's gonna drain faster than we're able to put power into the system. But that should be fine. That's one of the other things we want to work on today is a new power system, because this lava system it's good, but it's not awesome. I also want to replace all of these cables with blazing tier, at least. That should be good. So, did we teach our system how to make cables yet? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. We're also running out of space here. So let's make, do we have a room here for another? Let's make 2 more, what are the molecular assemblers? Did I teach the system how to make those? Nope. Let's do that. So molecular assembler. Okay. And let's make 2 of those. We are going to need some more silicone. Did I teach the system how to make silicone at least? No, we should do that. The silicone blend. If I just type in blend here, oh, we do know how to make it. Let's just make like a bunch of that. Of course we don't have sand. Let's see, so cobblestone. Okay, so now we've got a bunch of sand, made a bunch of copper, we got some flint out of the deal too. So let's go ahead and make like 100 of these. That should be fine. I'm pretty sure each of these crafts makes like 4. Yeah, so this is going to be a ton of silicone. That should do us for a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and make our molecular assemblers. Hook these guys up here, and then we should be able to make, oops. We should be able to make 2 more extended pattern providers. Except now we need quartz fiber, which, did we never teach our system how to make quartz fiber? Right here. Only one way to make that. Stick that in there, and then extended pattern provider, 2 of those. Now it's happy. That should go fairly quickly. 1, 2. And that should give us a bunch more space. We also should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more controllers. We're missing some sky stone. Do we have sky stone? Yeah, we need the blocks though. So let me go smelt some of these up quick. Just ate our first automatic cheeseburger. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and throw the silicone in, the sky stone, and then go back to controllers. 6 of those. Be waiting on more chips for the last 2. There we go. Aha. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now we should have lots more space for crafting patterns. Yep. So I don't know why it split them up from the other ones. It's kind of annoying. Can we rearrange these? Don't think we can, but that's fine for now. So now that we have that, we have space for more patterns. Let's go ahead and do cables. In order to do blazing tier cables, we're going to need these. In order to do that, we're going to need these. In order to do that, we're going to need, whoops. Let's go back in there. We're going to need these, right? And then in order to do those, we do this. So I don't think I had that pattern in here already. Actually, we do have that one. So we don't actually need this one. We can just right click that and put that back in here. And then if we go down to our crafting patterns here, we should be able to do this. This guy can go here, and then this guy can go here. So now we can make blazing cables, which will be super nice for getting the power around faster. If we request like 100 of those, what do you say? You say that's fine. It's crafting something up. Something is making the crafting go a little slow. Not quite sure what it is, but while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and start replacing these guys. Wish there was a way to like replace them just by like right clicking on here or something. That would be nice, but it doesn't appear to be an option. We do have to replace all of these cables because the lower tier cables, do not connect to the higher tier cables. Which means if we don't replace them all, we're gonna have some stuff that's disconnected. So let's go here, here, here. What we could do is stick a small cell like in between. Let's make sure we have this stuff going. This is gonna shut off our whole base until this is done. I probably should have made more than this. We definitely want to make sure that this line is good because this is the line that is going to connect our energizing orb, and that's what's making the blazing crystals that makes more of these. So if we don't get that line taken care of, we might be in a little bit of trouble here. We're running out pretty quickly. I think over there is where our energizing orb is, so we have to at least get to there. Yeah, so that's where the energizing orb is. We got to get over there. Okay, and then we got to go back up top. We'll just tear down this whole wall for now. Okay, and then all we should have to do is take off these facades, take off, this is probably gonna break these two, right? Yeah, they can't be there without a cable. So that. Then we put these guys back. Actually, yeah. I do want to upgrade these, but oh, that's still making blazing crystals for some reason. Must still be making cables. Facade. Boop, 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 and boop. Okay, and then close this wall back up. Come here. Okay, so those are reconnected. Then all we should have to do we have more cables? Yeah, we did have a couple more cables being crafted. Let's see. We got to run to our furnace and everything down here. Our furnace and sag mill. You know what I actually might do? I might just stick an ender gate down here because running all this cable is pretty expensive and unnecessary. So what we could do right here, actually, do we have, yeah, so we have a blazing ender gate on us. I kind of want to upgrade this cable anyway, though. Just so that it can feed power to the system, to the machines faster. And then can we bring this out? Like, I just want to bring it out far enough that I can see it easy. And then we'll stick a blazing gate on that, and that should be fine. We do have a ton of these basic energy cables that we don't need anymore. We can actually upgrade those to higher tiers, but not worried about it right now. We'll just keep those in case this needs upgraded. Cool. We can just stick our cables in here until we need them. Actually, these we want to keep on us because these are basically going to be the ones we use now. This can go away. We don't need this anymore. We have anything in here? Nope. We can throw all this in the system. So hoppers, chest, the charger we're going to put over here because we don't need that anymore. And then I do want to move this stuff probably over there at some point. But well, actually, I mean, we got to tear this down anyway, so we might as well move that. All right, basic cables gone. Loot fabricator's got nothing in it. Actually got a bunch of cow predictions. We're gonna have to see what all we can get from them. I'm assuming just beef and leather. I can't think of anything else that cows give, but we'll find out. All right, and then we should be able to close up our floor here finally. Don't need that torch. So where can we actually put our loot fabricator system? I kind of want to stick it over here somewhere. Kind of wish we could stick it in the ground, but we can't. Can we? I guess for now, just because it's temporary anyway, we can put it here, and then we'll put some cables, and then we'll also use another ender gate. We're burning through these ender gates pretty quickly. But that should give them power. Yep. All right, let's put our cow predictions in here. Let's put this back in here. Let's put our cow predictions in here and see what we get. Okay, so we can get leather, we can get beef. Let's get some beef because we need that to make our burgers. And 2 stacks is probably enough for a while because that'll get doubled again. And then we'll switch to leather. Yeah, we'll just make a bunch of leather. And then we'll throw our beef in there. Cool, so that's temporary. I want to close this up. Let's do that while we're thinking about doing all this miscellaneous stuff. Don't have to worry about falling in the ground anymore. Done. Check. Okay, so this energy cell is about full now. Let's think about what we want to work on next. So I actually just decided I'm going to stick a blazing gate on here. This should power our whole plant system. And we're going to save these blazing cables for somewhere else, because that's a pretty long run of cable, and these guys are not cheap. So the next thing I want to work on is getting a more sustainable power supply going. And there is a type of power generator in Powah that basically just runs on water. So I'll show, oops, didn't want to cut that one. I will show you guys that one here. Wand, actually, I keep forgetting this, made this elevator and I still use the wand to get out. But anyway, we want to make a thermo generator. So in order to do that, we're going to need all kinds of stuff. We are not auto crafting these. Wait, we got this guy. We're not auto crafting these. We are not auto crafting these, surprisingly. We are not auto crafting these, but the rest of that should be good. So if we take this and put it in our auto crafter, let's go down to this new section. Actually, I want these to be up here with these, and we'll just bump this all down. And then down here, we'll start doing machine parts. So that is the basic thermo generator, should be done. And then in order to upgrade to the next tier, sorry, that was the starter. This is the basic. It's basically a lot of stuff that we already have. We're going to need some more patterns. Oh, we're out of glowstone. That's going to be another problem. We're going to deal with that problem with these plants. But for now, I'm just going to run to the nether and get some. It's actually kind of cool being way up here at the roof of the nether collecting glowstone. Oh, this guy's going to be a jerk. Let's take care of him. Yeah, like I was saying, the view's nice. All right, so now that we're back, we've got bunch of glowstone. How much did we get? Couple stacks, so that's nice. Let's throw that in our system. Okay, now the question is, what were we? Oh, we got a gas tier out of that. That's nice. Do we have gas tiers in here yet? Yeah, we do. It's only our second gas tier. So what were we working on? We were making thermo guys, right? So we have the basic one. So we have the starter, we have the basic, and then let's go. Oh, we needed more patterns. That's what it was. That's why we went for glowstone. So patterns. And then put those in here, and then we are going to go back to our thermo generators. The hardened one, all stuff we already have and know how to make, I'm pretty sure. The blazing tier, also pretty sure we know how to make all of that. Maybe not the blazing capacitors. Do we know how to make those? So we have the blazing, we actually don't have the hardened capacitors. So let's go back a step. And do these guys. I actually think I want to move all of this so that it's together down here with the other parts. So let's do tiny, this guy. Can we actually do these up here? That would be better. And then the big guy, and then the hardened guy, and then the blazing guy. Whoops, where did he go? Threw him in the first open slot, probably. Oh no, he went right up in here. Okay, and then we've got our generator. This guy can go up here. Can we actually move these down one more? Because this is more basic stuff. This guy. And then we need these and put these in first. All right, and then we actually need to know how to make the ones that go the other direction as well. So if we go in here and here and we do the straight up and down, are these the ones that I don't have? I don't even remember already. Yep, there they are. So this guy goes here. The cables can go here and here. I kind of want to put this guy here because he's involved with these. And then this guy can probably go up here, maybe here. I don't know why I'm so picky about all this. Anyway, we're at blazing. Let's go to niotic. We have to go back in here. In order to make niotic, we need to make these. And then we can make this guy. And then spirited, I think, is what we're up to. So we can make these. And then we should be able to make this guy. So then if we go down here to these guys, we should be able to go this guy and then this guy. And then this goes here and then this goes here. And now we should be able to make thermo generators. Let's see if there's anything we're missing. We want spirited. Looks like it's happy. So this spirited generator is going to make 800 FE per tick, which doesn't seem like much compared to, what are we using now? We're using the lava, what's it called? A magmator? Magmator. And we're on the, I think we were on the niotic tier of those. So those make 2000 FE per tick. But if you think about it, those are burning through lava. These, for like 3 of these, will be making more than 1 of these. So that will be good. What's the, this is almost the end tier too. So if we use this guy makes 2000 FE per tick. It would be nice if we could make these, but these nitro crystals are going to be kind of difficult. We need nether stars before we can make those. We will be making those, but not yet. So for now, let's make like, can we make 10 of these? We don't have enough blaze powder. We can fix that. So take all our leather out of here. Where is our blazing guy? Right here. Take the cow out, put him away, and we just need some predictions. We have some predictions. Let's make like, let's just make like 100 more. We don't have a glass for that. Do we not know how to make panes? I just want regular panes. We should have glass. And then he'll just go here. And then we should be able to make a ton of those. Yep. Let's fill this stack out too. And this will get us more blaze rods. We'll wait for those. While we're waiting for those, let's go ahead and upgrade these energizing rods. We should have everything we need to make these. You know what? We might not, because we don't have the niotic crystals. Do we have any niotic crystals? No. And in order to make them, we got to put these back up. So I'm going to go ahead and all right. So let's make, so in order to upgrade these to the blade or the niotic energizing rods, we're gonna need, what is it, 8 niotic crystals each, so 24 niotic crystals. Let's go ahead and request 24 niotic crystals. I'm surprised we don't have any. I thought we did have some. Are they in here maybe? No, maybe not. Maybe I'm losing it. So how are we coming? So they're coming pretty quickly. Actually not having enough power to do this. Oh yeah, we burned through all our power making those. Holy cow. So we're doing this power system upgrade just in time. Are we done? Did we make them all? Oops, we don't want to make that guy. We want to make 6 of these. And then that should do everything we need for these. So then we're going to go ahead and break these guys down again. Let's request, what are those things called? Dielectric casings. So we're gonna need 3 of those. And that'll get us our 3 niotic rods. That's cool. And we won't worry about going for spirited right now, since we obviously don't have the power to sustain that. I would also like to make a bigger, well, that's full already. So really what we need to do is make a bigger energy cell. What happens if we go here and we teach this system? We want to make a spirited energy cell, right? That holds 400 million. That needs niotic, which needs blazing. Yeah, so we got to go through all the tiers with this as well. So we should have pretty much everything we need to do this though. So the basic one actually can start like that. Let's just do that. And then this guy we don't need, right? And then hardened does require 2 of these. And then blazing, we should be able to make those. And then niotic, we should be able to make those. And then spirited. Okay, and then we just got to go down here. Pop these all in. Cool. And then if we request a spirited energy cell, it should start going through all of the steps that it needs to make that. So it's going to make all of these guys. These are probably going to burn through all of their power. Yep, looks like that one's already out. Yeah, so we've like burned through all our power already, which is why we need this cell. Takes 1 million power each for these. That is crazy. Did we run out of lava? We may have run out of lava, which means I need to go check on our lava system. Yeah, so I think we pretty much drained every block of lava throughout like a large radius around our base. So yeah, I'm gonna move this. You know what I actually think I'm gonna do? We're gonna take this and we're gonna test if this actually works in the nether. I think it should. The only thing I'm not sure about is this ender gate. So where's this guy? Let's go to, I forgot to rename. I want to rename this anyway because it's driving me nuts. This guy right here. Yeah, so let's call him Lake of Fire, because he's in the middle of this giant lava lake. Yeah, so let's go down here. And this should be pretty easy. All we have to do is put the pump here, put the tank here, and then let's get this guy out of the way and get us our ender gate. And that should... Does this not work cross-dimensionally? Oh, you know what? It's because we don't have any... First of all, we have to chunk load this. So let's go ahead and do claimed chunks. We are all out of loaded chunks. So I'm actually gonna have to go into the settings for FTB and change it so that we can load more chunks, because this all needs loaded in order for it to continue to pump lava. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I did change the setting now so that you can claim up to 2,000 chunks and force load 500. I would not recommend doing this on a server or if you're playing with a bunch of people, because your game could get pretty laggy. But I'm just doing this so that I can collect this lava. And with that done, I'm actually going to end the episode for today. It's gone on longer than I was planning it to. We're going to call this part 1 of miscellaneous upgrades for our systems, and we'll check out the rest in part 2. So thanks for joining me, guys. If you like the episode, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Now have a good one.